Chapter 2. I decided to explore pleasure and see if happiness could be found in enjoyment and entertainment. But in the end, I discovered that this too was temporary. I found that laughter alone could not provide lasting meaning, and constant pleasure could not fully satisfy the heart. Then I turned my attention to achievement. I built great projects, created beautiful places, planted gardens, and surrounded myself with everything that seemed desirable. I gathered resources, acquired possessions, and increased my wealth beyond what many people could imagine. I filled my life with music, celebrations, and every comfort available to me. Whatever my eyes desired, I allowed myself to enjoy. I held nothing back from the rewards of my labor. For a time, I found satisfaction in the work I had accomplished. But when I stepped back and looked at everything I had built and everything I had worked so hard to achieve, I realized that none of it could provide ultimate fulfillment. Much of it felt temporary, like chasing the wind. Then I reflected on wisdom, foolishness, and ignorance. I saw that wisdom is more valuable than foolishness, just as light is more useful than darkness. A wise person pays attention to the path ahead, while a foolish person walks without understanding. Yet I also realized that both the wise and the foolish eventually face the same destiny. This troubled me greatly. If both ultimately reach the same end, what lasting advantage does wisdom provide? I understood that wise people are remembered for a time, but eventually they too are forgotten, just as the foolish are forgotten. As I considered this reality, I became discouraged by how brief human achievements can seem. I saw that everything accomplished under the sun eventually passes away. Generations change, memories fade, and even great accomplishments lose their place in people's minds. Because of this, I became weary of placing my hope in accomplishments alone. I realized that everything I worked for would one day be left to others. And who can know whether those who inherit the results of our labor will use them wisely or foolishly? Yet they may control everything that required years of effort, planning, and sacrifice to build. This realization brought deep frustration to my heart. People spend their lives working hard, carrying burdens, solving problems, and striving for success. But many spend their days filled with worry and their nights unable to find true rest. This too can become an empty pursuit when it is separated from a greater purpose. Then I came to an important conclusion. There is value in enjoying the simple blessings of life, eating, drinking, working honestly, and finding satisfaction in the good that comes from one's efforts. These gifts should not be taken for granted. True contentment does not come merely from wealth, success, or pleasure. It comes from recognizing and appreciating the blessings that God provides. Without Him, lasting satisfaction remains difficult to find. But the person who lives with wisdom, gratitude, and reverence for God receives joy, understanding, and a deeper sense of purpose. This is where genuine fulfillment begins.